Let's talk about Alien Resurrection. Here we are. Alien Resurrection was directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet. I apologize if I am butchering that. Was written by Joss Whedon, starring Sigourney Weaver, Winona Ryder, Ron Perlman, Dan Hedaya, J.E. Friedman, Brad Dourif, and Michael Wincott. Ooh, all right. What do we say about Alien Resurrection? Right off the bat, I want to talk about the cast. I love this cast. These actors in other films are great. Every single one of them. In this film, not so much. I feel like they weren't. For one, the characters themselves were not properly fleshed out. I don't think Joss Whedon does a really great job of character development, but these characters in this were given one trait and one trait only, and majority of the time it was be angry. With the exception of Ellen Ripley. This character, she's not the Ellen Ripley that we know from the previous films. She's a clone, and her DNA has been altered. The scientists have cloned her from blood samples taken before Ripley's death in Alien 3. During the cloning process, apparently they mixed her DNA with that of the xenomorph queen, resulting this Ripley has human and xenomorph traits. She possesses enhanced strength and reflexes. She has acidic blood and has a psychic link with the xenomorphs. I'm not a fan of this Ripley. I'm just going to put that out there right now. The theme of this movie, it explores the effects of cloning, corporate greed, exploitation of human and alien life, and it kind of toys with ethical implications of scientific advancements and struggling to survive. I remember watching this movie in the theater. I was extremely excited for it, but coming out of that initial watch, I was extremely disappointed. And I had maybe watched it one or two other times since it was released in 97. So when I when I decided to revisit it for this watch through, I'd completely forgotten about a majority of this movie. It has a completely different feel than the other three previous Alien films. It's almost as if it feels like it was directed by a director who had done soap operas in the past. It just has that visual feel of a soap opera. I'm going to try to be positive as I can with this movie. The effects, I think, are pretty outstanding. The xenomorph looks great when it's not a CGI alien. The CGI alien is kind of hit and miss for me. There's a few moments where I'm like, man, he looks kind of cool, but then majority of the time it's just it looks CGI. I honestly enjoyed watching the swimming portion of the film. I did not know that a swimming alien would give me so many creeped out feelings, but it does. I enjoy that. The biggest mistake I think that this movie makes is in the characters and in the casting. It doesn't give enough things for the entire cast to do. And it's when one character gets killed off, it's like they replace him with another character that they find in the ship along the way. I'm gonna say right now, Dan Hedaya, I really enjoy him in other films. He was the one of the villains in Commando. He was in Mulholland Drive, Clueless. I enjoy him in comedic roles a lot more than I do in films like this. When I saw him in this, I immediately went to, he comes off as kind of jokey to me, and I don't know of anything that he actually did in this film that made me feel that way. Maybe it was just my past relationship with him just kind of stuck with me, and honestly, that's not his fault. That's not fair to him. But I just felt like casting him as the commander of this space station was a mistake. It didn't feel right. Michael Wincott, who is the captain of the ship that docks to this space station, I love Michael Wincott. He is just kind of, he's here. He's not really utilized properly, and then he dies. Spoilers. Ron Perlman kind of comes off as cartoony, but not so over the top cartoony that it's fun. He's just kind of in the middle of, do I really commit to the cartoonishness or not? And it doesn't work. Winona Ryder, I don't know. She's Winona Ryder in every movie, it feels like, and this is kind of similar. She's fine. She's okay, but I don't know. Nothing that I would really highly recommend. As far as a story, this movie just kind of drags. Basically, the space station is there to clone Ripley's and make xenomorphs, and they're trying to tame them. And honestly, no, is this movie worth your time? Absolutely not. I got to talk about the newborn. There's a moment where Ripley kind of has a moment with a xenomorph, and it feels kind of icky and uncomfortable, and I know what they're kind of going for, and it's very ambiguous and suggestive. But then they have the newborn, who the queen. This scene, the set piece of this scene with the queen and the newborn being born is awesome. It looks great. The newborn, I think the design of the newborn sucks. I don't like it at all. But then you have Brad Dourif, who is one of the scientists. He is cocooned on the wall, still alive, but he's kind of giving play-by-play for some reason. It's kind of annoying, and he's telling us, the audience, things that are going on that we can actually see, but they don't trust their audience enough to realize what's going on. So he has to give you the play-by-play, the color commentary, and it's kind of annoying. But the birth of the newborn is fantastic. It is. It really is. And even when the newborn turns and kills the queen, it's still really cool. But it's something they do in this movie, and they do it multiple times, that annoys me. They don't follow the rules of the alien creature until they do. There's a scene where the alien creatures are in a holding cell, and to get out, two of them attack another alien, spilling the acid everywhere out of their blood, spilling the acid onto the floor, makes a hole in the floor, and they escape. Okay. But then later on, Ripley kills an alien. The acid doesn't do anything. They kill aliens pretty close to themselves. The acid doesn't do anything. And in this instance, where the newborn kills the queen, the acid blood doesn't do anything, and it doesn't go through the hole and cause a massive hole and them to be spilled out into space. No. So it follows the rules until it doesn't. And that's, I don't know, that always bothers me in movies, not just this one. But I hate the ending. I hate the entire newborn thing. It's poorly executed. And the fact that we have to watch this Ellen break down into tears when the newborn is sucked out of the hole in the hull. It doesn't work at all for me. I could care less about anything that was going on in this film. So if you have not watched Alien Resurrection, do yourself a favor and don't bother. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. If you like what I'm doing here, hit that follow button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that jazz. I'm going to be talking next about a movie I watched yesterday, The Monster Summer with Mel Gibson. And then I'm watching Mickey 17 on Friday, so I'll be back to talk about that as well. Also, I still have Prometheus and Alien Covenant to get through. And then after I get through those two, I'm going to do a video combining all of them into the top to bottom best and worst of the Alien franchise. So got a lot of things going on. Come back and join me. Let's have some fun. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.